This is really alarming. A huge accusation of stealing info in Palantir is being questioned. People are scared. However, the truth might be the other way around. It's actually on its way to being a multi-trillion-dollar company with a hefty price per share, and we might see it sooner than we expected. What is happening? And why might this year be a life-changing for Palantir fans? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir's price actually corrected just a little recently, but here's the twist. It didn't crash or tumble like some expected. Nope. It kind of settled, calmed down, and just held steady. That's actually a really good sign because it means things are stabilizing. It's not bouncing all over the place, and that's something long-term investors love to see. But what's really interesting is how different Palantir is behaving compared to the rest of the market. While some other stocks are just following the crowd or reacting to the news like headless chickens, Palantir's doing its own thing. And naturally, the internet is buzzing with all kinds of noise. Some people are even accusing Palantir of stealing data, saying the company's not being honest, throwing out all sorts of crazy claims. Total panic mode for some folks. But then out of nowhere, this one analyst dropped something that shook the whole conversation. They pointed out a massive, game-changing breakthrough happening inside Palantir. And listen, this isn't just hype. Insiders are whispering about this too. Something big is brewing, like potentially pushing Palantir to a $1 trillion valuation kind of big. I mean, imagine that. That would send shockwaves through the entire tech world. And the thing is, when a company starts climbing toward that level, it doesn't wait around for people to catch up. You need to be in position before the rocket takes off. So if you're not holding enough Palantir right now, well, today might just be your lucky day. You can actually get free Palantir stocks. Yup, no joke. Just click the link in the description, follow a few easy steps, and boom, you're in. Don't sleep on that. But hey, hold on, I know you're fired up about this insider leak stuff, but some of you are probably thinking, wait, what's going on with the actual stock chart? What's the technical side saying right now? Good question. One analyst broke it down and made it super clear. He said Palantir took a bit of a hit last Thursday. It dropped below its key short-term average on pretty heavy trading volume, which made a few people nervous. But guess what? It bounced back fast the very next day. It didn't just recover. It snapped back with power and reclaimed a super important level. It even matched up with the high point from the left side of this cup-shaped chart setup it's forming. Now here's what to watch. If Palantir just cruises sideways for a bit, holds steady, that's a good sign. But if it breaks above that next resistance level, basically the peak it hit last week, that could signal a major breakout. We're talking about serious upside potential. So yeah, even though it had a bit of a wobble, Palantir is showing strength, stability, and signs of something big on the horizon. Alright, but hold on a second. Before we go any further, there's something super important you've got to know. If you've been watching the channel, then you already know Palantir's been catching some heat lately. The New York Times came out swinging, saying Palantir is stealing data and spying on people. Yeah, wild accusations. And obviously, that freaked a lot of people out. Some folks started pulling out of their positions, worried the stock was about to tank or the company was done for. But here's the thing. That whole story? Total lies. No, really, one analyst just broke it all down and explained exactly why the panic is way overblown. First of all, let's clear something up. Palantir doesn't own your data. It doesn't collect your data. It's not spying on you. That's not what it does. Think of it this way. Palantir is like a really smart chef, but the ingredients? They're not his. The client brings the ingredients. Palantir just helps cook something amazing out of it. Same with data. The clients, governments, hospitals, companies, they already have the data. Palantir just helps them use it better. That's it. Like when you use Excel to make a spreadsheet, Microsoft doesn't get to see your stuff. You're just using their tool. Palantir's the same way, just way more advanced. Now, the New York Times tried to say Palantir is building detailed profiles on Americans, some kind of scary surveillance thing. But that's just not what's happening. Here's the actual deal. The government already has tons of data sitting in different departments, and none of it really talks to each other. It's a mess. So when there's something important that needs fast action, like catching a bad guy or stopping fraud, everything moves super slow. It's inefficient, expensive, and honestly kind of dangerous. What Palantir does is help connect those dots. It takes all that disconnected info and puts it together in a way that actually makes sense. That's not spying. That's fixing a broken system. Like imagine you're in the FBI and you need to track someone's past address from a few years ago. That info might be sitting in some Homeland Security database. Without a tool like Palantir? Good luck. It could take days to find that. With Palantir, it's there in seconds. Or look at the UK. Palantir helped connect over 70 hospitals that weren't sharing data. Now, doctors can work together, save time, save lives. It's a huge upgrade. And get this, Senator J.D. Vance even said in a recent podcast that Palantir is working on integrating all the U.S. government departments. That's massive. Imagine everything finally being connected and running efficiently. That's a game changer not just for the country, but for investors too. And here's the kicker. While all these hit pieces are calling Palantir the villain, the company's literally built its software to protect civil liberties. You can control exactly who sees what data, and everything is tracked. So if someone misuses it, it's caught. That's built in. Honestly, the whole Palantir is spying thing makes zero sense when you realize how many private companies are using Palantir now. You think they're just handing over their sensitive info to a company that can snoop on them? No chance. They trust the system because it works and it's secure. And CEO Alex Karp said it perfectly. Writing ridiculous stuff in a highly charged environment is dangerous. People are going to believe it. And he's right. Once a big outlet throws out a scary headline, it spreads like wildfire, even if it's totally off. But now you know what's really going on. And when the truth starts to catch up with all the fear, that's when we could see Palantir's price start pushing up hard. This company is sitting at the center of some huge transformations in government, in healthcare, in defense, in commercial enterprise. And once all of that starts clicking together, we're not just talking about a bounce back, we're talking about liftoff. And look, it's not just talk anymore. Wall Street is making moves. We're seeing it in real time. In fact, just recently, the street raised their price target for Palantir. They bumped it up from $130 to $140. Why? Well, the big reason is this new partnership Palantir just landed with Bolt Financial. That's the one-click checkout platform a lot of you probably already use when shopping online. So what's the big deal here? This partnership is bringing artificial intelligence directly into the payment processing space. That's a huge market. Think faster checkouts, smarter fraud detection, personalized transactions, stuff that can totally level up how we shop and how companies run payments behind the scenes. And here's the thing. This is just one of several new deals. Palantir's been locking in partnerships left and right across all kinds of industries. Finance, healthcare, defense, retail, you name it. The network is expanding fast. Which means the upside. It's probably not even close to being priced in yet. One analyst broke it down perfectly. He said, "Hey, I called this back in September 2024 when Palantir was sitting at around $36 a share. At the time, people thought that was optimistic. Fast forward to now, the stock's sitting at over 116. That's about a 219% return. And that's not even the end game. That same analyst said that if Palantir hits a 1 trillion market cap, and honestly, based on everything we're seeing, that's not crazy. It could bring the share price up to around 440. Think about that for a second. Now let's tie that back to where we are today. Palantir's already worth over $250 billion. It's stabilized, it's building, and it's forming the foundation for what might be its next massive leg up. The stock is holding key levels, bouncing back strong after dips, and catching attention from major firms. And again, these aren't just hype headlines anymore. These are real partnerships, real numbers, and real results. Wall Street is starting to wake up to what some of us already knew months ago. Palantir is positioning itself as one of the most important companies of this decade. And when it all clicks together, we could see this prediction earlier than we expected. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.